What if we told you that the way you're standing right now might be silently working against you? That every morning you wake up, without checking your balance, you might be moving one step closer to a serious fall. Sounds dramatic? Maybe. But thousands of older adults across the country are finding out too late after a broken hip, a sudden fall, or a scary near miss in the shower. Welcome to today's episode of the Senior Healthcare Podcast, where our beloved hosts dive deep into the one simple, science-backed trick that's helping people over 60 regain their balance in just 7 seconds a day. No equipment, no pain, just a quiet daily shift that could mean everything. Before we get started, we invite you to support the podcast. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the Senior Healthcare Podcast so you don't miss a single life-changing episode. Now, let's begin.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're exploring something truly vital, yet often overlooked, that holds a quiet secret to lasting independence and confidence as we get older. We're talking about our balance. Now, you might think of balance as something you just, either have or you don't. But what if we told you it's not a fixed state at all, that it's more like a living skill, one that offers a really exciting opportunity for renewed freedom and movement? We're going to uncover some surprisingly simple daily habits, including a specific 7-second trick that can make a profound difference in your daily life.
Exactly. And this conversation, it isn't about fostering fear, not at all. It's genuinely about understanding our bodies, about listening to those subtle messages they're constantly sending us. And ultimately, it's about preventing common and often life-altering incidents. Knowledge in this area is just such a powerful tool. It's about maintaining your dignity, preserving your quality of life, and that wonderful reassuring feeling of being firmly grounded.
Right. Let's start with something maybe a lot of us have experienced, those small, seemingly insignificant stumbles. Maybe tripping over a rug edge or just having a momentary wobble when you turn quickly in the kitchen. Most of us, we just laugh these off, don't we? Oh, just a bit clumsy today, something like that. But here's an intriguing thought. What if your body was actually trying to send you a more serious message? Because for those of us over 60, even one minor stumble, one little slip that you just shake off, it could actually be a critical red flag, not just a fluke. These little slips, they often precede something bigger and potentially far more dangerous.
And that leads us right to a major misconception we really need to tackle, which is the idea that falling is just, an unavoidable, inevitable part of getting older. That's simply not true. And it's kind of a dangerous myth, actually. The truth is, most falls are predictable. Your body provides these quiet clues if you only know what to look for. Maybe your ankles feel a bit stiffer than they used to, or your reactions seem just a touch slower. Perhaps you get that subtle, uneasy feeling when you stand up a bit too quickly. These signs often creep up so slowly, so insidiously, that many people don't even notice them, not until it's way too late. And a seemingly simple fall can, tragically, mean a broken hip, weeks stuck in bed, or even a permanent loss of independence. So as you listen today, just remember, it's not about being scared. It's about staying aware, really tuning in to those messages your body is sending right now.
And what's genuinely surprising to a lot of people is that balance isn't just about your muscles, how strong your legs feel. It actually begins much deeper. In your brain, every single time you turn your head or lift a foot or even just bend down to pick something up, your brain's internal balance system is hard at work, constantly behind the scenes. But when that system starts to slow down or maybe gets a little confused, perhaps, from just not being used enough or from poor posture you've developed over years, or even from old injuries that seem long forgotten, you're simply more likely to lose your footing. This remarkable system, it's often hidden, right?
Completely hidden and so frequently overlooked. But it's absolutely vital for your stability. I like to use an analogy. Imagine living in a house where the foundation is slowly, subtly cracking, little by little, but you can't actually see the damage from the living room. Everything might feel solid on the surface. That's precisely what can happen to your balance as you age, especially after 60, if nothing's done. You might walk perfectly fine today, feel perfectly steady, but internally, your body could already be quietly losing its ability to keep you truly stable. And once that steadiness starts to go, it doesn't easily come back on its own. That's why doctors often call this a silent crisis. You often don't truly see it until a fall makes it tragically clear.
That's a powerful image. But here's the really encouraging part, the good news we want everyone to hold on to. It's absolutely never too late to rebuild that foundation. And we're talking about something remarkably small to start with. A simple daily habit. just 7 seconds long, that can really start to reactivate those incredible parts of your brain and body crucial for stability. We often think of balance like, well, like riding a bike, once you learn, never forget, right?
Yeah,
That's a common idea.
That's what people assume.
But that's a bit of a misconception when it comes to balance. While some skills do stick with us, balance is different. It's a living skill. And like any living skill, it needs to be used or it simply fades. And what's kind of tricky about this decline is that it happens so silently. There are no alarms, no sharp pains to warn you, nothing like that. You might just gradually notice it's a little harder to put on your trousers while standing, maybe? Or perhaps you find yourself reaching for walls or furniture more often than you used to, almost without thinking about it.
And this leads to a really significant mistake many people make, which is assuming they're still steady, simply because they haven't had a major fall yet. But your body, in its wisdom, it sends out these warning signs long before a serious fall ever happens. And invite you to listen right now to ask yourself, honestly, do you sway a bit when you're brushing your teeth? Just a little. Do you feel maybe a little wobbly stepping off a curb or walking on uneven ground like grass? These aren't just quirks or signs of clumsiness. These are your body's quiet whispers telling you that your balance is, in fact, fading. And ignoring these whispers, well, that can very quickly lead to real danger. This is such a crucial point to remember. You truly don't need to fall to know you're at risk. These gentle warnings are really an invitation to act.
And there's something else most people don't realize. Balance isn't only about your legs. It's not that simple. It's actually a much more complex full-body conversation. Think about it. Your eyes are constantly taking in information about your surroundings. Your ears, specifically your inner ear, are sensing motion and your position in space. Your joints are relaying signals. And especially your feet, they're all working together in concert to keep you upright. If one part of this intricate system weakens or, goes quiet, then the whole system has to work much, much harder to compensate. It throws things off.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe we can try a simple, non-shaming self-check right now. It's just a moment of quiet awareness. Can you stand on one leg for, say, 10 seconds without wobbling too much or needing to reach out for support? Now look, many people, especially those over 70, might find this a real struggle, and that is absolutely okay. The point of this little test isn't to make anyone feel bad, not at all. It's simply to shine a light on changes that might already be happening inside your body, changes that you can then actively do something about. And the good news, as we've been hinting, is that something doesn't have to be complicated or tiring or require joining a gym.
Exactly. In fact, there's one small movement, a quiet, focused moment done in just 7 seconds that can begin to wake up those sleepy balance centers again. It helps your body rediscover its natural steadiness. This trick, it's wonderfully simple, really. It doesn't look like much at all, just a quiet, steady moment standing in place. But don't let that simplicity fool you. This tiny movement, done for just 7 seconds a day, can spark truly powerful changes in your body's intricate balance system. Think of it almost like a reset. You're not trying to build huge muscles here. That's not the point. What you're doing is actively retraining and strengthening that mind-body connection. And for seniors, that revitalized connection, well, it can genuinely mean the difference between walking out into the world with confidence and freedom or experiencing a sudden fall without warning.
Okay, let's walk through it very clearly so you can try it yourself safely. First, stand barefoot near a sturdy chair or a wall. Always have something nearby for safety just in case. Then, slowly, consciously, lift one foot just a few inches off the ground, not high. Hold that position nice and steady for a count of 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, up to 7. Then, gently place your foot back down, switch sides, and repeat the same process with the other foot. Hold again for 7 seconds. Now, it sounds easy, and it is, but what's happening beneath the surface, inside your body, is truly remarkable. Your brain is firing signals, actively communicating with your muscles, your joints, and even that tiny, remarkable inner ear to keep you upright. It's like restarting a vital conversation that might have gone quiet over the years, This simple action directly targets those connections, rebuilding them second by second.
It's truly fascinating to see this in practice. In Japan, for instance, many seniors use this exact technique every single day. In fact, some nursing homes there have even integrated it right into their morning routines. They genuinely believe that even this short, focused balance work sharpens the mind and keeps the body wonderfully aware. It's not about strenuous exercise. It's about alertness, about conscious engagement. It wakes everything up. I heard this really compelling anecdote from a caregiver who shared that her 84-year-old patient actually stopped needing her walker.
Wow.
After just 3 weeks of consistently doing this simple exercise every single morning.
That's incredible.
It really is. That's truly remarkable change from something so small, so accessible to anyone.
And the absolute key here, the takeaway, is consistency. This isn't a one-time fix that you try for a day or two and then forget about.
Yeah.
But if you weave it into your daily rhythm, maybe as you wait for your morning coffee to brew or just before you brush your teeth, you genuinely start to rebuild your balance 1 second at a time. It accumulates. There's no need for expensive gym memberships, no sweating involved, no complicated equipment needed at all. It's just your own body doing what it was truly meant to do. Stay grounded and steady. This habit builds up over time, strengthening those neural pathways with each repetition.
That makes so much sense. And once you begin to feel that difference, even if it's just a little more control when you're stepping out of bed in the morning, or that subtle feeling of being more planted when you stand, you'll naturally want to get even better, right?
Exactly. You feel the progress.
But to achieve even more significant results, you'll need to pay attention to something most people completely overlook: your feet. Because as you've highlighted, strength and stability truly start from the ground up, don't they?
They absolutely do.
So when was the last time you really paid attention to your feet? And we're not just talking about, washing them or cutting toenails. We mean actively feeling them. For many of us, especially as we get a bit older, the honest answer might be, gosh, I can't remember. But here's the thing, and it's a critical one. Your feet are just packed with thousands of nerves that talk directly to your brain. They are constantly relaying information about the ground beneath you. Is it flat? Is it bumpy? Are you tilting? And if those nerves falter, if they stop sending clear signals, your balance suffers significantly, often long before you even realize why you feel unsteady.
Oh, this is such a common issue. Incredibly common. Over time, the soles of our feet can simply lose sensitivity. It happens gradually. Years of walking on, perhaps, flat, unsupportive shoes, or conditions like diabetes, or simply the natural process of aging can dull those vital signals. I heard a story once about a man who said he didn't even notice how numb his toes had become until he almost fell stepping off a bus, a near miss. Later, his podiatrist told him something really impactful. He said, if your feet can't feel the floor, your brain's flying blind.
Wow, flying blind.
Yeah. That image really stuck with him, and it completely changed his daily routine. It's a powerful reminder of how interconnected everything is. Your feet are your connection to the earth.
That's a truly vivid image, flying blind. But the good news is there's this method called ground-up training that focuses precisely on reactivating this vital foot awareness. One surprisingly simple technique: standing barefoot on a rolled-up towel for just 1 minute a day. It feels a bit odd at first, maybe a little wobbly, but it genuinely wakes up those sleepy sensors in your feet and challenges your balance gently at the same time. Another practice, which sounds a little strange but is remarkably effective, is to consciously press your big toe down firmly while actively trying to lift your other 4 toes up.
Ah, yes, toe yoga.
Exactly. It really helps build rapid control in those small foot muscles. Physical therapists often recommend these kinds of moves for older adults, and for very good reason. They really work.
Well, absolutely. And the significant impact of these simple practices, it really cannot be overstated. Experts in the field say that having strong, responsive feet can actually delay the need for things like canes and walkers by years.
Years? That's amazing.
It really is. And it's not some kind of magic pill. It's pure biology. It's about restoring the natural function of your body. We heard another really inspiring success story, this one about a woman in her 70s. After adding just 3 minutes of these simple foot exercises to her morning routine, she shared, and I quote, "I stopped reaching for furniture when I walk."
Oh, that's huge.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about what that means in daily life. That's dignity. That's freedom to move confidently in your own home and out in the world. It reconnects you to the very ground you stand on.
It really does underline that connection. And here's another fascinating connection, because just as balance starts from your feet, so too does your sense of calm. You might find this surprising, but the way you breathe actually plays a significant role in how steady you feel on your feet. And here's a critical part. Many people, maybe most of us, are breathing in a way that can literally throw them off balance.
It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It really does. But it might genuinely surprise you that the way you breathe could actually be tipping you off balance, and we mean literally. When anxiety or stress creeps in, what happens? Our breathing tends to get very shallow, high up in the chest. We start breathing primarily from our chest, right?
And upper chest breathing.
And this causes our shoulders to subtly rise, and with that simple action, your entire center of gravity shifts upwards, often without you even realizing it. Now, for seniors, even this small, subtle shift can be enough to disrupt your sense of balance and just throw everything off a little bit. Contract that with a calm, deep breath, which naturally grounds the body, lowers that center of gravity. A rushed, shallow breath, on the other hand, can subtly make you sway.
Okay, let's try another simple self-test right now for everyone listening. Pick a deep breath, just a normal deep breath. As you inhale, did your chest rise up significantly? If it did, that's often a sign that you're breathing from stress or habit, not from your true center, your core. Now try this. Place one hand gently on your belly, just below your ribs. Breathe again, but this time try to make your hand move outwards as you inhale. Feel the belly expand instead of your chest doing all the work. That right there is belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. And it's really no coincidence that martial artists, dancers, and even those incredibly centered 100-year-old Tai Chi masters stay so steady on their feet. They are rooted and grounded, often by using this very method of breathing. This intentional breathing sends signals of calm and safety straight to your brain, which in turn allows your body to relax and find its natural equilibrium.
We hear so many stories about this connection. It's really powerful. One woman shared how she had fallen 3 times in just 1 year, which was, as you can imagine, incredibly distressing for her, really shook her confidence.
Understandably so.
It was only then that her doctor taught her a simple 2-minute breathing routine. And her routine was beautifully simple. Just 2 minutes each morning, sitting quietly in a chair, maybe eyes closed, consciously breathing deeply into her belly. That was it. She says her balance and, interestingly, her mood have both changed completely. She put it so powerfully. I stopped walking like I was rushing to fall.
Wow, rushing to fall, that says so much.
Doesn't it? That's a truly profound shift from such a small, quiet practice.
And, this breathing balance connection isn't just anecdotal or, spiritual. It's scientifically validated. There are studies from prestigious institutions, places like Harvard and UCLA, that have actually demonstrated how slow, intentional breaths actively help the brain's balance centers fire more efficiently. It's a real physiological response, not just a mental trick or wishful thinking. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it. When your brain feels safe, when it's calm and receiving clear signals from your body, well, your body naturally moves safer too. It's all interconnected, every part of you, from your lungs and your breath, all the way down to your legs and your feet feeling the ground. It's a truly holistic approach to stability.
It really is. This calming breath can truly be your anchor throughout the day. Now imagine the potential when you start to combine it with all the other elements we've discussed so far, like that invigorating 7-second reset, or the simple yet powerful barefoot practice for your feet. That's when you really start to see profound, lasting change, I think.
Absolutely. It's about layering these simple, effective habits.
There's such a big difference, wouldn't you agree, between simply getting by, maybe managing day to day, and truly moving through life with genuine confidence and ease.
A world of difference.
Many older adults wake up feeling stiff, maybe find themselves needing to hold onto walls for support or perhaps shuffle across rooms, believing that the stiffness and dependence is just, well, an inevitable part of getting older. But we really want to tell you clearly, it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. A small, intentional ritual repeated each morning can genuinely help you regain that ease of movement like you used to feel. And it's not about doing more and more or pushing yourself too hard. It's about doing the right things, the things that truly matter for your stability and confidence.
We heard this incredibly inspiring story from a gentleman down in Florida. He's 77 years old, and he used to be an avid golfer. Loved it. But then, after one particularly bad fall, he just lost all his confidence. Completely. For months, he said, he walked like he was afraid of the very floor beneath him. Tentative, hesitant. Then he discovered and started implementing a simple, quiet 10-minute routine each morning. It had combined that 7-second balance stand we talked about, those barefoot steps on a rolled-up towel to wake up his feet,
Right.
and some mindful belly breathing while just looking out his window at the start of the day. He said something truly shifted. Not just in his legs, not just in his physical ability, but deeply, profoundly in his spirit. He told us quite movingly, I started walking like myself again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Like myself again. That's everything.
Isn't it? This transformation is not just physical. It's really a testament to regaining joy and self-assurance and just feeling like you again.
It really is. And this isn't about striving for perfection. Let's be clear on that. It's about consistent, gentle progress. Even if your balance isn't what it once was, even if you feel unsteady right now, you absolutely can rebuild it. Your body is incredibly smart. It remembers, it adapts, it wants to be stable. But it needs you to show up each day gently, intentionally, and with a little patience. Give it time. You rebuild balance literally one step at a time, one breath at a time. It's truly a journey, not a race.
Exactly. And these movements we've discussed today, they aren't hard. They're accessible to almost anyone at any level. But don't let their simplicity fool you. They're immensely powerful when done consistently. When you do them together, maybe the balance stand, the footwork, the breathing, they form a truly new kind of morning ritual. One that goes beyond just brushing your teeth or making coffee, though you can link it to those. This is a ritual about consciously reconnecting with your own body. It's about feeling your weight on the ground, noticing your breath moving in and out, experiencing your inherent steadiness, even if it's small at first. It's really about starting your day from a deep internal place of strength and capability.
Beautifully put. And once that ritual becomes a cherished part of your daily rhythm, well, let's just say you'll probably never want to start a morning without it again. So we've explored today the incredible power, really, of small, consistent actions in rebuilding not just your physical balance, but your overall confidence and sense of freedom as you move through life. And remember, the key message here is it is genuinely never too late to start this journey.
Absolutely. And perhaps as you reflect on what we've discussed today, consider this final thought.
Yeah.
How might these small, consistent steps you take towards physical balance, this gentle and proactive self-care, how might that begin to ripple out? How might it bring more calm, more control, perhaps more steadiness into other aspects of your life, beyond just your physical movements? There's truly immense value in proactive, gentle self-care, and it really is all connected, isn't it? From your body to your mind to your spirit.
It really is. We truly encourage you listening to simply try integrating maybe one or two of these simple habits into your own mornings. Discover for yourself the profound changes that can emerge from such small, intentional moments. You might just be surprised at what your body can rediscover and what you can feel again.
And that brings us to the end of today's journey. A big thank you to our amazing audience for being here. If today's episode sparked something in you, even a small realization, we invite you to hold on to it. Let it grow. Let it move you. Balance isn't just about staying on your feet. It's about walking through life with dignity, confidence, and calm. And yes, it is possible, even after 60, 70, or 80. But it only works if you take that first step. So here's the question we leave you with. What would change in your life if you could move without fear again? Would you dance? Travel? Walk without holding the wall? Remember, everything you heard today is meant to educate and inspire. This podcast is not medical advice, and it does not replace the guidance of your doctor or health professional. But it is an invitation to reclaim what aging has quietly taken away. If you're ready to feel steady again, start with the 7-second habit. And don't forget, subscribe to the Senior Healthcare Podcast and turn on notifications so you can keep learning, growing, and walking into every new day with strength and purpose. We'll see you in the next episode.